Hey guys, what's happening? I got a kind of an idea here. What I've got here in front of me is a small pile of small projects that I finished, tested, they all work, but I haven't decided whether or not I want to make them into full pedals yet. Some of them sound really good, some of them I'm a little on the fence about. And to be honest, most of them are forms of drive, so they're either overdrive, boost, or like fuzz. But there is one or two surprises in there. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'll show you what they all are one by one, and kind of give a short explanation of what they do, and then you guys can decide. I want you to write in the comments which one sounds the most interesting to you, and then I'll do a video to demonstrate what it sounds like. And maybe if one of them seems popular enough, maybe I'll finish that one into a full-sized pedal. So we'll see how it goes anyway. So I'll just start reaching through the pile here. So the first one here is, what we got here? This is the Devi Ever Karaoke Party. And as you can see, there's not much to it. There's a volume and a control. But what it is it's a kind of a, I don't want to really say low gain, but it's an overdrive. And I thought it sounded pretty good when I built it. Haven't listened to it in a while, to be honest, so I don't remember exactly what it sounds like, but it's an overdrive. And I think it's a fairly good sounding one. Next up is this one, which is, let's see if I can light it up a little better. This is a Briggs Face Mark I. Not exactly sure why it's called a Face, but it's another overdrive. It has volume, tone, and a master, and the switch is a bias switch. So like I said, it's been a while since I built this. I don't remember exactly what it sounds like, but it's either an overdrive that can sort of borderline into fuzz, or it's just an overdrive. But it's I remember it was another one that I remember thinking that it sounded really nice. So Briggs Face Mark I. So next up here is the Runoff Groove Peppermill, which is another low gain overdrive, and it sounds really nice. It just has a volume and a gain control, so it's pretty simple, but yeah, I like that one. Next up here is the Briggs 11, and it's another fairly simple overdrive, although this one has a lot more control over it. So you have a volume, gain, or sorry, yeah, a master volume, a gain, a bias, and a body control. So it's a bit more versatile, even though it's just as simple as some of these other overdrives. You have a bit more control over everything, so that's kind of cool about it anyway. Next one is the Dragonfly Firecracker. It's another low gain overdrive, just two controls, volume and gain. Sounds really nice. Next one is a boost, which is the Earthquaker Devices Black Eye. Basically it's a slightly modified ZVEX Super Hard-On. So it's got a ton of boost in it, and it has a little trimmer in here to set the maximum amount of boost. So basically if you set the trimmer to maximum, it's a Super Hard-On, but you can dial it back a bit. So it's pretty cool, sounds great. Another one knob build here. This is the one of the two Electro-Harmonix muff fuzzes that I've built. This one is the transistor version, so I don't know if you can see, but there are a couple of transistors in this one. So it's just a simple one knob fuzz, and it's pretty fearsome and it sounds awesome. Next up is the Devi Ever Electric Brown, another overdrive. This one has a volume control and a pre-gain control. So it's been a while. I think it's an overdrive that gets a bit fuzzy if you crank it too far, but maybe that's what you want. But I did make a note that it sounded pretty damn good and it had a lot of volume. So Devi Ever Electric Brown. Next one is the second Electro Harmonix Muff Fuzz. This one is the IC version. So if you can see in there, there's a chip instead of a couple of transistors, but it basically accomplishes the same thing. It doesn't sound exactly the same as the transistor version. There are slight differences, and when I built these, I tested them side by side, and I preferred the transistor version, even though they both sounded really good. But yeah, another fun build. Next up is the Color Sound One Knob Fuzz. It's kind of similar to the Muff Fuzzes really, but it's a beast. I even put a little smiley face on the sticker that I made for it because I was really happy with this one, how it sounds. And as you can see from the size of the board, it's a pretty easy build too. So yeah, Color Sound One Knob Fuzz. And lastly, but definitely not least, is the only one I think that's not some sort of a gain pedal. This is the Dr. Quack. So I finished this one a while ago. It's a bit bigger, as you can see. So the idea with those other ones is that I was trying to use smaller boards to get rid of some of my scrap and see if any of the smaller builds were worth it. Turns out a lot of them are. But this one I had built before that, just because I had never built an envelope filter before. So I wanted to see what these, what the idea with these was all about. So yeah, Dr. Quack. What can I say? It's kind of fun. I wish I'd have known before I built it that these LEDs actually light up when you play. That might have been cool to actually mount them in an enclosure or something, or make it so that you could mount them in an enclosure. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It's one of those funk pedals where it's almost like an auto wah, but it's fun to play with anyway. So that's the Dr. Quack. Sorry guys, I forgot one. This last one is the Penny Pedals Fingerprint. It's an overdrive, but this is the last one I made, so it's a bit more recent. I've got a couple of notes on it. I've written down that it sounds like a fairly mild overdrive, but when you adjust the gain and the controls, you can get it to sound like a broken fuzz, sort of. And I had written down that it's okay, but it's not one of my favorites. But if you want to see that one, let me know. So anyway guys, that's my current stash of stuff that's waiting for me to decide whether I want to actually make a pedal out of it. Let me know what you thought, what you want to hear, and yeah, put it in the comments, let me know, and I'll do a video on the popular ones, I guess. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.